raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and woolen mittens.
Hey guys, Jessie from Tonkadale here, and we're doing spruce top pots today. Those spruce top pots are going to last you all winter long, way into the new year and beyond. This is our third installment of the spruce top pot videos. You can refer back to the previous versions if you need additional information that is not covered today. When we're doing our spruce top pots, the media we use in our pot is called rice hulls.
Fill my pot, put some rice hulls in it.
We use rice hulls because they hold a lot of moisture and they hold our spruce tops nice and tight. We will be watering our spruce top pots until they freeze solid. For that reason, we want to make sure the pot we use has drainage in it. These are spruce tops. They come bundled in bundles of 10 or 5, depending on the size. For a pot this size, we're going to be using about 8 to 10 spruce tops. So one bundle is going to be the perfect amount. Just a note, for everything that was once living and is now not, you're going to give a fresh cut because these guys are going to be taking up water until they freeze solid. I use a pruner for things that are smaller in diameter, and we can use a lopper for those that are larger in diameter. So I have conveniently pre-trimmed all my spruce tops. We'll set those aside for someone else. Here we have 10 tops, nice and trim. I want to juggle. 1, 2. As you're trimming, you'll notice there's some scrap, perhaps the bottom. We'll keep all these for the very end. 2, 10. So I like to pick my most handsomest top for the middle. Ooh, this is a good one. We'll insert it just like this. Then we're gonna go north, south, east, west with 4 additional spruce tops. North, south, east, west. If we give it a quarter turn, we can do north, south, east, west again. That gives us a total of 9 tops. 1 extra for good measure, right there in the front. As you're placing your spruce tops, you can kind of adjust their angle. Give them a little hug if they're flaring out too far. We varied the heights a bit. Perhaps that one in the back is too tall, but that's okay. It's all gonna work out. We've saved our scraps. There's some important lingo to understand. These are the butts, these are the toenails. Use them accordingly. We'll give our spruce top a little bit of girth with our butts. Boop. I feel like if I was on the dance team, I would do it like this. Our toenails will create a little bit of drape. Very good. Next, I like to skirt everything with a little bit of Norway pine.
I got pine on it.
All right, so we have some lovely Norway pine. This stuff is really sturdy in the cold, chilling winter winds. This one we get a few cuts, and again, the angle of insertion is going to be important here. I got pine on it. Our Norway pine is in place. Everything is nice and tight, not all loosey-goosey, as is the case sometimes in our lives. We have loose ends, kids on the loose morals. Not here, not in spruce top pot land. Our basic spruce top pot is done. We can stop here, but why would you? Don't stop, get it. We got to decorate it. Before you decorate your container, you're going to want to wilt stop in water. Wilt stop in water. So I've chosen 2 winter neutral designs to show you. We're seeing that people like the winter neutrals, so they last and last. First we have eucalyptus, seeded eucalyptus, pods, berries, and mock birch. I'll start with the twigs. That's easiest. Same rules apply if you're using dogwood, curly willow, what have you. Think about my spruce top pot, and if I'm looking down from an aerial view, I can make a triangle with my sticks. I like to get my sticks in first, and then I'll add some trim. The seeded eucalyptus, quite fragrant and quite elegant. Make sure, give it a good trim. Eucalyptus, seeded eucalyptus. I think 1 bundle is about enough, but more is more, right? We're just gonna concentrate our decorating in the front, because that's where the people are looking. Fill my pot, put some rice hulls in it. Could you turn on the auto tune, please? Tonight, I just wanna. Okay, we're ready for berries. We've pre-trimmed our berries using a bolt cutter. Lastly, kind of bring it all together. We'll add some pods. There we go. Recipe number 1 is done. Here goes recipe number 2. For this recipe, we have 4 elements. Magnolia, curly willow, let me see a sugar cone, and feathers. like from Hamilton. And Peggy. Let's start with our curly willow. Curly willow can be a little bit challenging on the insertion front. Sometimes the twiggies are a little bit narrower at the bottom. So I used to usually take the bundle, split it in two, kind of go for the middle. Next we can do the magnolia, and again, one bundle of magnolia should be sufficient. Magnolia. Magnolia. Sugar cones trimmed to the appropriate height. Cradle it in like a baby. Kind of like to make a little triangle. Ready for the feather? Ooh. Feathers are good for outdoors. So from here you could go on and on and on and on. You could add antlers, add other greens. But we're gonna stop here. Comment below if you liked this video, like and subscribe.